But nepotism isn't just about quid pro quos. It latches itself onto all facets of life. How do people with bad grades at bad colleges land six-figure jobs out of university? How does someone become the leader of an all-powerful country without any experience? How do family dynasties stay rich even when each new generation is less competent than the last? Nepotism is a fantastic deal if you're the one cashing in. But for everyone else, it's a tax on competent. The question isn't whether it exists. The question is, how much is it costing the economy, and why do we keep pretending it doesn't matter?
Hello and Assalamualaikum to Madam Nur Aizurin. My name is Adlin binti HAMDAN. My student ID is 2024888812 from class BA 2733C. In this presentation, I'll be discussing a sensitive yet increasingly relevant issue in staffing, which is nepotism and favoritism. These practices pose a serious challenges to employee engagement, productivity, and long-term retention strategies in today's workplace. So let's start the presentation with the first part, which is introduction to the issue. So what exactly are nepotism and favoritism? They might sound the same, but nepotism and favoritism actually has two different meanings, where nepotism refers to giving preferential treatment to family members in employment decision, whether in hiring, promotion, or assigning key responsibilities. It places personal ties above professional qualification. While favoritism goes beyond the family, it includes giving unfair advantages to friends, former colleagues, or individuals within a manager's inner circle. It often at the expense of more qualified candidates. Both practices undermine the principle of merit-based opportunity in human resource management. Ideally, roles should be filled based on three things, which is qualification, experience, and performance, not on who someone knows. In the article by Azam S. and Dr. Zobia Zaman in 2023, which is from Auto ETAL, it emphasized a rigorous recruitment process, which is like advertising positions, reviewing applications, conducting interviews, and checking references is actually essential to ensure fairness. However, as Kammeyer-Mueller highlighted in his article, which is unfairness in job recruitment, he stated that referrals and internal recommendation often bypass formal vetting, sidelining the qualified candidates who apply through standard channels. In Mueller's article, he reveals a troubling trend where he said that managers frequently favor family members and close contact during recruitment while avoiding hiring friends or unknown individuals. This behavior actually signals a decline in meritocracy and contributes to corruption within organization. In Mueller's article also, I have gathered three main key points, which include firstly is the power of connection, which means that hiring managers often prioritize familiarity over competence. Next is the impact on moral productivity. This is because employees will feel demoralized when their hard work is overlooked in favor of personal relationship. And last one is a call for fairness, where Mueller advocates for transparent and also merit-based recruitment process. In his article, he also warns that this issue contributes to systemic inequality, especially affecting the young professionals, minorities, and those from disadvantaged backgrounds. So that's why organizations must build inclusive cultures that value diversity and merit over social ties. The impact of nepotism and favoritism are far-reaching. First, they undermine meritocracy by replacing fair competition with biased selection. Talented individuals may feel discouraged from applying or striving for advancement, believing that the system is rigid. These impacts are not just theoretical. A 2023 study published in Harvard Magazine revealed that nearly 1/3 of Americans work at the same firm as their parents before the age of 30. And not just that, they also earn 20% more than they would in the open market. This trend disproportionately benefits white men from high-income families, reinforcing inequality and reducing opportunities for women, minorities, and low-income individuals. The study illustrates how nepotism undermines meritocracy and contributes to intergenerational privilege, making it harder for qualified candidates without connection to succeed. The second impact is damage to employees' morale. In this case, moral refers to the emotional and psychological well-being of the employees. For your information, favoritism will breed resentment, and employees who see others promoted unfairly may feel demotivated, disengaged, or even hostile. Can you imagine how a qualified candidate feels when someone less deserving gets the position just because of personal ties? Unfair, right? The third impact is reduce the organizational performance. Performance may suffer when roles are filled by underqualified individuals. In this case, team may struggle to meet goals and overall productivity will drop. The poor decision by unqualified hires can affect customer satisfaction and profitability.
Would you walk us through a typical day for you?
Yeah,
Great.
well, I generally come in at least 15 minutes late. I use the side door, that way lumber can't see me. And after that, I just sort of space out for about an hour.
Space out?
Yeah, I just stare at my desk, but it looks like I'm working. I do that for
The fourth one is to create legal and reputational risks. To some extent, favoritism can violate labor laws and damage the company's public image. More ways, discrimination lawsuits, formal complaints, and negative media coverage can also arise. So, did you know that reputational laws make it harder to attract top talent? To address these challenges, organizations must adopt practical and proven solutions. Firstly is by enforcing anti-nepotism policies. Anti-nepotism policies help clearly define what counts as nepotism and prohibits bias hiring. These include clauses in HR policies that prevent hiring relative or close contact without formal vetting. The second one is standardized recruitment procedure. This standardization will reduce subjectivity and ensure fairness. So how? By using structured interviews, brand resume screening, and competency-based assessment. The third possible solution is to train managers on ethical hiring. So everything starts from the beginning. By training the managers itself, it will help raise awareness of unconscious bias and ethical standards. This can be done by conducting workshops on fair recruitment and cultural sensitivity. Next is to conduct regular HR audit. This way, it will help identify patterns of favoritism and enforce accountability. HR audit will review recruitment data periodically to detect anomalies. Transparency in recruitment is also critical. Publishing job criteria, involving multiple reviewers, and documenting hiring decisions make favoritism harder to conceal. So, in a real-world example of this approach is by Google's hiring process. According to the Tesla HR blog, Google used structured interviews, blind screening, and a panel-based decision to ensure fairness, where every candidate is asked the same question and scored using a rubric, while their personal details are hidden during resume review. This method promotes merit-based selection and builds trust among applicants. Next is to create self-reporting channels. Reporting channels empowers employees to speak up without fear. The organization may set up anonymous reporting system and protect whistleblowers that leading to corrective action. A real case of favoritism and nepotism was reported at the Albuquerque Police Academy in the US in 2023, where several instructors filed a whistleblower complaint after noticing that a cadet, who happened to be the son of a police commander, has received a special treatment and was allowed to continue training despite performance issues. The complaint triggered an internal investigation exposing how personal ties had influenced recruitment decisions. This case clearly shows the importance of safe reporting channels, as the whistleblower's action brought attention to unethical favoritism, leading to accountability and corrective measures within the organization. Lastly, by promoting a culture of meritocracy, the organization itself may shift their organizational values toward fairness and performance by publicly recognize achievement, reward competence, and discourage bias. In conclusion, nepotism and favoritism in recruitment are serious ethical and organizational risks. They undermine fairness, damage morale, and weaken overall performance. As shown in this study by Han Alwi and Zaman 2023, these practices are often rationalized in communal cultures, but their long-term impact is harmful to both individuals and institutions. By committing to ethical hiring, organizations can attract top talent, foster diversity, and ensure that every candidate is evaluated based on what truly matters, which is skills, experience, and potential. Remember, fair recruitment is not just a policy, it is the principle that defines the integrity of a workplace. Thank you.